Welcome back, guys. Power's creator, lead writer, and showrunner, Courtney Kemp, recently blessed us with a Q&A via Instagram Live. During the session, someone suggested a comparison between Dru Tejada and Michael Corleone of the Godfather trilogy. She emphatically confirmed the analogy, stating, "Yes, you are absolutely following." While many are well aware of the classic character, some may be unfamiliar. The Godfather is an epic film series and clocks in at 9+ hours if one were to binge all three. Trust me, I have. While I absolutely recommend you doing so, I'm gonna save you a bit of time here. In today's video, we'll break down the character archetype of Michael Corleone and assess the parallels to that of Dru Tejada. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and bell notification to immediately receive these videos. Also, big thank you to all of my channel donors. If you'd like to be the next one, drop $1 on that Cash App for us. Lastly, a spoiler alert is now in effect for both Power and The Godfather. For those of you who haven't seen it and obviously hate cultural media milestones. Just kidding. Here we go. In Godfather lore, Michael Corleone was the youngest son of Don Vito and Carmela Corleone. Unlike his older brothers, Sonny and Fredo, Michael wanted nothing to do with the family business. Instead, he chose a different course with his father's blessing, attending college and later serving in World War II following the attack on Pearl Harbor. His father's hope was that his son would parlay these experiences into a political career. This was forethought on the Don's part, as he was infamous for having political figures in his pocket. And what would be more ideal than having a family member in such a prestigious position? After being wounded in battle, Michael returned home for his sister's wedding, which is where the first Godfather film kicks off. Unbeknownst to his family, Michael intended to re-enroll into college. However, an assassination attempt on his father's life would drastically redirect Michael's own course and direction. Having previously evaded the criminal leanings of his family, Don Vito's weakened state post-attack steered Michael directly into the mafia fire. He would plot and carry out the retaliation against his father's assassins, with his brother and standing Don's blessing, of course. Then, following his brother's murder, he would return to America and assume power as acting Don during his father's transition into semi-retirement. Michael ruthlessly subverted all threats to the family, including the long opposers to his father and murderers of his oldest beloved brother, Sonny. Michael's ascension, while unlikely, was one of the greatest depictions of protagonist turned villain and ultimately tragic hero in the history of film. In our modern power epic, Dru Tejada is the youngest son of Lorenzo and Monet Tejada. Dru, similar to Michael Corleone, has aspirations past the life of crime and the family business. He desires to attend school, pursue a career in art, and experience life beyond the confines of the underworld. However, unlike Don Vito, who was partial to Michael's educational career, Monet and Lorenzo have a fixed vision for their son's life, though not analogous initially. Monet saw Dru as a soldier in the Tejada army, someone to play his position in the upheaval of the collective. However, Lorenzo maintained a larger vision for his youngest son, above the myopic view of his queen. The Tejada patriarch envisioned his son taking over for him one day, ruling the family and leading it toward a new era, similar to Michael's fate with the Corleones. Monet didn't share her husband's outlook due to the unassuming nature of her son. She saw Cain as a more viable option to rule on account of his aggressive style and potential to be feared. In this context, Cain's style could be correlated to that of Sonny Corleone, the hot-headed elder of the Corleone children, whose impulsiveness ultimately cost him his life. Cain's ambitions, in contrast, further pushed him away from his family as the season progressed, leaving Dru as the only option, as Lorenzo once proclaimed him. Monet's perspective on Dru as a family successor evolved during Cain's downfall, being fully realized in 108 when her son took the heat following Cain's botched hit on Tariq and the subsequent fallout attack on Zeke, courtesy of Lil Guap. Monet stated, quote, "Great leaders always take the fall, deserve it or not, because it's the quickest way to make things right, and you did that." In 109, Dru visibly struggled with his family's desire for him to take up the leadership mantle. His brother's absence increased the weight upon his shoulders to fill the void as both soldier and family protector, as his father's incarceration added to such burdens. His shooting near the end of the episode factored into those anchors, in this commentator's opinion. Why else would Dru feel the need to stand up under fire and retrieve a weapon? The stress of his precarious position must have been directing him. That inevitable call of duty to his flock. His shooting, believe it or not, just might have been a blessing in disguise for his character's elevation. Remember, Michael Corleone only grew in leadership prowess and personal ruthlessness when placed under attack by Soloso, Barzini, and other adversaries. Pressure makes diamonds, and the threat of death has a way of bringing out the savage in those affected. Per Courtney Kemp's insinuation, in seasons to come, we'll witness Dru growing into a flourishing leader and central figure of the Tejada Collective as more tragedies befall his family. Hopefully, he isn't forced to execute his brother, as Michael was with Fredo, causing the latter to fall further into the abyss of cold-heartedness and darkness. It will be interesting to see how Dru's arc develops, and if Michael Corleone is the blueprint, one thing it won't be is underwhelming. Thank you for watching today's video. How do you think Dru's journey will develop going into Season 2? Drop me your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. As always, I thank you for watching today's video. If you like today's video, go ahead and drop $1 on that Cash App for us, hit the like button, share it with your friends who are Power Ghost fans, and subscribe for more content such as this. This is Rudy P. Magic of Rudy P. Magic Beats, and have a blessed one until the next one. Peace, y'all.